It was close throughout, and Spirit looked to be giving G2 a hard time, but they still closed it out on their map pick of Train. We'll be moving to Mirage next, guys, but there was a little bit in there with me where I started to panic. I was seeing the scoreline, I was seeing what was happening, I'm thinking, Spirit, they're doing it again.
How's your heart rate?
Yeah, I got tense. I got tense for
You can do
me,
it
to be
though.
honest. Yeah.
We're passing it back.
I mean, yeah, a little bit less invested, but still, I root for my boys, obviously. But yeah, that got tense for sure. Obviously, one of the main factors was Spirit winning both pistol rounds and converting the follow-up. Coming into this game, G2 had the highest win rate in terms of pistol round. I think they had 80-85% coming into this. They didn't win a single one. They didn't broke a single round after that either. So that's a 6-0 start that you can give to Spirit. But I think in the depth of the game, when both teams had financial means, I think G2 was one step ahead. You know, if you look at that first half, they're down 0-3. It ends up being 9-6. So that's 3 gun rounds won by Spirit, one of them being the crazy ace from iDisbalance on the CT side of Train.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? I mean, iDisbalance is a phenomenal operator. He's doing great work for his team. But I mean, it kind of feels like the way that the Team Spirit is utilizing him is just like, iDisbalance, go kill. You know, like one of those the classics, right? So you need to have a little bit more. You can't rely on that to clinch yourself.
20 AWP, 20 AWP
That's
kills.
huge.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, isn't it? But at the same time, if you look at just from the basis of the stats, right? Like, there's been 3 players that have always been on the limelight when it comes to Team Spirit when they've been winning maps. It's been Mirror, it's been iDisbalance, and it's been Magix, right? And Magic's not having a great start to this best of 3. The good news is, though, he's had rough maps, and he's been able to bounce back. Being a young kid, second LAN ever, all that kind of jazz. First flight of his life happened this week, so...
Let's give him some slack, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give him some slack, obviously. And considering that fact, they still managed to make it so close.
Yeah, they made it very close, right.
And one thing I was going to say on this, right, we're looking at Nexa being the highlighted player here because he had an incredible performance, 1.60 rating, but I said about Nexa going up against Chopper, and Chopper, again, did not show up.
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to remember Nexa is by far in the top of the list of when it comes to fragging in-game leaders, right? He is very consistently being a part of a lot of crucial rounds. You saw there one, I think it was a 3K and ended in a 1-on-1 situation when he had the Krieg. It is just that good, simply put.
It really is.
I mean, it's just a number when it comes to Nexa. You know, we have this index called the KAST, so the amount of rounds where you either had a kill, an assist, you survived, or you got traded. Nexa had 97%. He was impactful in pretty much every round of the game. That is insane, right? You see him 29 frags, KD 2.4. He just had an amazing time, and even on the CT side, I really like what they're doing over on the B side. When Hunter comes and helps him, that's a lockdown. That is a lockdown on that B side. They can never make it through. And just as an in-game leader in general, and I was talking with them yesterday, and apparently he has this ability to remain calm, even when they were once again down 10-13. It was 13-10 up for Spirit at some point, but you could see them not panicking. Okay, guys, let's take it easy. Let's go through the motion. It's gonna work. And that resilience is something new for G2, and it's very refreshing.
And can we also add to this, they're doing this while not communicating in their normal native language, right? That's the bit that we spoke about when we first came to this, looking at the lineup, saying, oh, well, it might be harder when you're in these down situations or the frantic situations. Clearly not.
Yeah, and then just to add on that, a tidbit of information, a little nugget.
Oh, here we go.
Because I was asking, like, how is the integration coming up? You know, when you have 2 teams with 2 languages, sometimes the scary thing is can become factions, right? Yeah. So what they did is actually, you know, when they share hotel rooms, they always mix it up. So it's like a French guy and the Serbian guy. So they have to speak English all the time. I think it's kind of cool. Like it's a reflection to think. And when they have dinner, they try and sit so that they are not on one side of the table speaks French and the other is. They try to always make it a thing to always talk English. Let's make it a group thing.
So it's like what I said then when I said I'd seen him walking around, and it wasn't like you just had the Serbians and the French guys together. They were all mixed in. They were all going off and enjoying time with each other, no matter what.
We've come to a point in the history of this game of Counter-Strike that we all love, where these goddamn players are about time to consider this as their professional. They're paid silly amount of money to play this game. Yes, you were expected to work as a unit, do things together, consider everything outside the game as part of the big picture. That
You're so cynical.
You can tell.
He's so cynical. I'm like so excited about it. He's like, come on, man.
You can tell he's a team owner. They paid a silly amount of money. They cost me all this money. Start winning some games.
It's the point. Like I still see like going to these events. We go around this event, right? And you know, sometimes you just think about this thing. You don't you're not a part of each of the team and what they do all the time, but you kind of see it like it's becoming more and more a trend that teams are taking things more seriously. And
Yes.
I would like to thank Astralis for pushing that motion forward.
100%,
Back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, they
Absolutely.
did change the way that people have approached the game, not just in the game, but out of the game as well. But the game that's coming up next is Mirage, and this is where it can maybe get a little bit trickier for G2, because Train was a lot closer than what I personally thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Spirit showed again that they can be resilient, they can fight back against a team like G2, but now we're going on to Mirage, which is Spirit's pick, and it's been a bit of a map for G2 that's not actively used.
James, we know position. Hunter, lurking through.
Is he going to get boosted into the window?
He's trying to trigger me again, he's trying to trigger me again.
Is he going to get boosted in the window? Now, listen, I think Spirit have shown way enough on Train for us to think a third map is on the cards. They have put a battle
possible.
to G2, and the last time we saw these guys play against Spirit, they absolutely demolished them 16-4. For G2, that being said, one very good sign that they have is that the duo of Nexa Hunter were very much activated on Train, and I do believe that they are the heart of the team on Mirage. They are the ones that used to play the map, that used to appreciate it, have it in the map pool, whereas we, as the French people, quote unquote, we kind of adopted Mirage lately. But Nexa and Hunter, they live the map, they breathe the map. They are the one pushing Hunter in the main attack squad, Nexa leading from the side. These two are going to be pivotal, and they had an amazing first map.
Yeah, I liked it. Like the way that yesterday they were playing against Sandstorm Mirage and doing a lot of different things, being proactive, you know, pushing A slow, for example, for information to go into T spawn. Didn't necessarily always pay off for them, but it's good to see they were making plays, right? It's something that you don't necessarily see from them prior, and I'm sure some of the protocols that are coming in are from the days of Crazy.
Well, Twitch chat, it's time for us to get into the game, but the thing I want you guys in Twitch to do is count how many times we see him get boosted into window, but the game seems to have already started, so let's go over to our commentators.
Plan, thank you so much, fellas. We'll be keeping a tally as well. That window boost, the analyst desk, keeping their eyes peeled for G2's T-side habits.
Absolutely.
See what they have in store for us. Now, this is interesting. They've actually got two players set up for the B apartments, but the Bomb and Nexa were posturing towards A. Change of plan, though.
They have dumped whatever they had towards the A side. It's one smoke towards the steps, and they're going to commit towards B here. The bomb is a long way away, though. Some Young will be dropped. Remember, G2 are unable to pick up a single pistol on Train, but this is looking very good so far. But they've given up bigger advantages before. We will see. A 5-on-2 now should be locked in. It's going to be Magix and Mir. Rotating over, Magic's not performing to the level we'd expect from him in the previous map, but here we go then, a chance as he does make his way through. It's starting to happen here, Alex. They're throwing it.
Oh no, it had such a huge lead. 2 versus 4. Magic's huge adjustment so far. He is, however, forced to go clutch, and Hunter saves the day for G2. Malek, I think his face told every single part of the story there. Relief, frustration.
Yeah.
It's like he was about to start giving people a hard time. But instead, the bumps are distributed, and G2 went a necessary pistol round. This is Team Spirit's pick, and you saw the win rate. The desk talked about it. This is the most comfortable of home maps for Spirit.
Well, they don't win the pistol, but they will be forced buying in the second. A 4-on-2 lead almost given away. Instead of planting the bomb, just running towards them and making things a little bit more problematic, but it does enable Team Spirit to buy into this. They are going to have MP9s, Deagles, and a Scout. We'll hunt up. Working in tandem with Amanek towards the underpass position here, looking to open things up quickly. You can see they're playing with a bit more assertiveness behind them.
Yeah.
A bit more pace.
Taking a lot of the control early. Smiley nades avoided. Disbalance. Did not choose to play a more reserved investment. Actually, he's still keeping $700. Three in middle. Smoke will fade in about 5 seconds' time, and if they aren't tucked in onto connector, Mir can punish. Here we go, the third one in, and no contact just yet. Now Kenny gets shots in the bottom, and a huge frag. That's one of the riflers gone, and now the close quarters Deagle. 2 AKs taken out. The first 2 frags that Spirit find are the hard hitters.
Very strange, but there we go, a 5-on-3. It's quickly falling apart for G2. Still with 3 players alive, though. Jack's down to 26. He'll retrieve the Galil.
They can't even stop that AK from being picked up eventually. They don't want to go up to connector to contest. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Jax has the bomb on his back with his Galil, and only Mac 10s now up against full helmets.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough one. The Mac 10s and the Galil, and your Galil players are 26 HP. He's going to take something magnificent here. They've lost yet another kill, 5-on-2 now. Underwhelming here from G2. They're going to lose player after player, and it's a clean sweep against Eagles and Scouts. Well, there we have it. G2 will have to force buyback themselves there. Didn't opt for an execution. Went for a bit of assertiveness, like we said, towards the underpass position, but then towards connector, they went I just don't understand why they don't have more numbers together. Just have everyone ready to go. Like most teams will opt to go towards short on these sort of rounds, or pincer towards B. I wasn't really sure what the plan was there. The AK's going alone towards connected. Like surely
completely untraded. That was a deagle.
Surely get the Mac 10s in there. Like, let's see what's going on first, and then we can work out where the AKs will position themselves. But they'll have to force by themselves, and execution is on the docket. We'll see a couple of smokes, one for steps, one for jungle, I'd imagine. Nade received, and it's going to be Jax flashed over, but they find a bit of spacing here. Next, trying to make his way through, but he has been spotted, and now will commit.
In they go. Good flashbangs. There's more where that came from as well. Just try and ensure that plant can go down. A smoke for both of these CTs to play around on the either side, and he's going to try and deny that plant just a little to the right. Amanek desperately trying to get the bomb in, and he has managed. But will they be able to defend? The answer is no. Hunter does just get the one, but he's so damn low. Amanek the same. He does find Magics, but they know exactly where he is, and he will be hunted down. They can go on a retrieval mission, make sure they get all the best weapons they possibly can, and the defuse will be coming in from that with kit of SDY. 2 then to 1. G2, after winning the pistol, it's going to be Team Spirit who not only win the next 2, but do so with 5 and 3 standing respectively.
Well, that has to be the eco now for G2. The bomb gets planted, but yeah, money just not there for them. But in the next round, they can bring some deagles into the mix here, but execution not really doing a whole lot for them. They do get the bomb down just about there, but Team Spirit poised to take round number 4. It's their map pick. Dust 2 to finish things off required. I wouldn't be surprised after what we've seen from G2 today that we get there, to be honest, considering this second map. Be a bit of a walk in the park. Out his balance, great performance on Train. Able to close the map out, but individually he looked fantastic. Magic's not a bit quiet before, but finding consecutive frags now, and Jax will at least get the first for G2 there. Good damage inflicted towards Idis Balance as well. He'll rotate back towards CT spawn, and they're close to connector. Magic's though, that could be a devastating grenade if he times it well. 2 players, almost 3 towards that position. It's going to be Samdai Young just to confirm the round.
Yeah, that one kill was all it took. Kenny with his explosives on his back, and Hunter is on some sort of flank here. Chance to try and tap away at Magix, and another one tucked in, but a third. It was Chopper springing to life. Perhaps enough, though, to pull Chopper off B for this jump out. Kenny, he's got across, and likely won't be able to get that plant. Nade, bullets, everything, still gets it. That's something. A little feather for his cap in round 4, but that will be all. So Team Spirit, that will put 3 on the board. Now, CT side Mirage, one of their specialties, and getting to start there as well, quite the luxury.
3-1, bomb planted, lots of money for G2 going forward here, but after winning the pistol, unable to find the same conversion that Team Spirit did on Train. They got 6 rounds of winning both pistols and winning the follow-up anti-eco round as well, anti-4 spice. Pretty convincing finish towards the end. Kenny does get the plant through, and that does enable him to bring out the AWP now. The game really does begin at this point. 3 AKs, 1 Krieg. And what's the approach? Kenny has for a decent spawn. Maybe looking to push towards the A ramp, and Nexa could boost him, I suppose. We'll see if that comes through. And indeed it will. Doesn't quite make it in time. They fumbled a little bit out of T-spawn. But the CT's already crossed.
That's their cue to leave. Smoke arrives. Only fall back to rejoin the squad. Amanek was responsible for the early apartment's presence, but now starts to recede. He threw the molly top middle without... Okay, Jax does take 40 damage, seemingly unnecessarily. Now the util will be deployed. Quick nade in response though, completely avoided by G2 despite being in close proximity to it. Another smoke arriving this time on Connector. This is their mid-take smokes window. Connector denying all of that information. Last time Mir was on these bricks, he got a fantastic punish as the smoke did fade, but not to be today. Re-smoking window, that will lock Mir out. Let's get the timing perfect. Jax for doing one better. Combined with Amanek, they get the opening blood.
Yes. Still plenty of time, 35 seconds there. Posturing outside the A side now, with 4 players towards the connector is a tight choke point. Kenny has to patrol towards short. They need to get the timings correct here. And they're going to lose 2 kills in the process, make it 3, and it's a complete collapse from G2 there. We set up the tight choke point and they're punished for it. And it just leaves Nexa alone in a 4 versus 1. It was looking so good for them. He's doing considerable damage there, but he's going to be taken down eventually. And Team Spirit will hold on as they go 4-1 now after losing that first pick. No flashes over Alex, just coming through 1 by 1. And a position that shouldn't be getting more than 2 frags. It gets 3 in total.
I mean, yeah, I would have probably described that in the moment as a one and done, but look at that. Lovely transfer. He gets the dink into Jax so quickly after the first that he was just rattled. Some die young, and well, in that round it was G2. Very early stages of the round. Great fragging from the Russian star. Up ramp. Oh, lovely catch. Jax going to be in trouble after that one, and they charge in with these armored pistols. It's nothing else. It's just the fights they were looking for, and it's just a death match. Kenny, no bomb, no hope, and a great catch of the nade will be finished off through the boxes. Team Spirit reminding us of why Mirage is their domain.
Yeah, it's looking very good out there for them after losing the pistol, finding themselves with a 5-1 lead. Use code ECC on hellcase.com or ECC20 for a 20% refill bonus, Alex. Check that out.
20% refill bonus. Lovely jubbly.
Wow, round 7 coming through. A tactical timeout, I'd assume, for G2, and indeed it is. They're not looking themselves today. This is a little bit strange that they are getting overwhelmed and dismantled pretty much with every advantage they find.
It is peculiar. This is perhaps not the same G2 we saw in the in their semi-final bout versus Ents. They were coming back. They even beat Ents on Mirage with an exceptional 9 rounds on their T side. Only managed to acquire 7 on their CT, admittedly. And that's still within the realms of possibility. But 9 T rounds. They've only got 1 to show for their assault against Team Spirit here. Walking up mid is going to be the target, and so Hunter could catch this nade from disbalance perfectly.
Yeah, 45 damage inflicted. That's a juicy HE. Hands in the pocket there of Hunter. Another default here from them. They've got a bit of mid-control here. The smoke down towards window. Hunter makes his way towards connector, but that's not a position that's yielded a massive amount of success for them. The smoke is down, though. They've confirmed it's clear. Magic's will hold towards CPL. Very valuable part of the map. All pointing towards jungle, just going to be re-smoking connector. Just buying time at this point. Flash is going as well. Just to ruffle some feathers in there. Not a great Molotov.
Not ideal. Magix can stand his ground in CPL. Some Diane will be jumping for info. He is going to be the first to call. He actually has disbalance rotating in, and they're not looking. Good trade from Kenny. They needed that. 4 versus 4 with 40 seconds. A starting to get the gap closed. Disbalance, they know exactly where he is. He's holding the close line, though, and a nade from Nexa saves the day. Now they can plant. Now they have the advantage, and even more so because of Amanek's position. As soon as they advance towards connector, Amanek can call it, communicate. He knows where at least one is, but he doesn't really have to move far past this line.
Yeah, he's in a decent position here. There is one player around that connector spot who's starting to make himself known now. That's Magix, but he's removed from the equation as well. 4 versus 2, round confirmed for G2. Money not an amazing position for Team Spirit, but they save these 2 weapons. They've got enough to buy into the next round with Chopper's $7,000. Where is Amanek right now? He's actually at short. And they've made their way towards B apartments. There is one player about to make himself known. They're going to group up together now. It looks like they're absolutely fine. So they will save the 2 weapons. Chopper's going to join him there, and a success round there for G2. Nothing too flashy, just mid-control in towards that connector. Flashing over this time and managing to trade out effectively towards the players on the A side. Good grenade from Nexa to confirm the kill on the sniper as well.
Yeah, I felt like that was about to spiral again had Nexa not dunked on disbalance. He was holding that line.
It looked like he was about to get the kill on the player that was just going to cross towards the site. And that could have been the house of cards that could collapse once again. G2 looked very fragile at this point, but that's a convincing round. They're going to have a 5-2 scoreline to deal with here, and money at the breaking point for Team Spirit. So this is the big round. G2 win this, could tie things up.
That's the same conversation they'll have had. And aggressive from Team Spirit, but Kenny He was up against it, an aggressive two-man push, but through the flames he thrives and finds one. Full G2 squad take control of middle. It's been gifted to them. Instead, Disbalance and Mir look to hold it from Connector, and now Hunter boosted into window. Tally in the green room. It's marked up to 1. Look at his position already. He's managed to worm his way all the way around to CT, Henry. Hunter is coming directly behind them. The boost in window, and now they're setting themselves up. They have no idea. Assassin's Creed, Trace would be proud. And he assassinates Mir. They're going to be confused after that one.
Yeah, they'll lock 2 players in towards B. The Molotov as well. Samdar Young, he has found big, impressive rounds so far, but this one would have to be monumental. Takes a lot of damage, and it's a perfect backstab there from Hunter. Manages to completely sabotage the CT defense, and it'll be Chopper and Idis Balance to save once again. They're going to have the AK and the AWP this time, but the bombs will be planted, and G2 keep a clean sheet.
I mean, it couldn't be better. Not only does Hunter have a lovely round, but you just said this is the one that breaks spirit. They're doing it with 5 men still standing. This is where things can start to shift in favor of the French. Team Spirit, though, they tried an aggressive look. They wanted to go ahead, bring the fight to ramp early, get that information, but Kenny, with only an AWP, deals with it and gets away.
They still have a buy, though. If they keep these 2 weapons up, it had to be a clean sweep from G2 to guarantee there will be an EK going forward, but the AK and the AWP there, both of them going to be getting $1,900 on top of what they have right now, which is around $4,000. They can both drop rifles. But that's if both survive. And it looks to be the case, to be honest with you. Money not at an amazing point for G2. It's getting stronger, but they want to keep 5 players alive here for sure. So Team Spirit have 1 more buy available to them. They can drop 2 M4s. Probably going to take a tactical timeout here as they give up 2 rounds in a row. After losing the pistol, currently sits at 5-3. And they are going to drop those M4s. You can see them juggling the weapons there in CT. Hunter at the top, 6 kills to his name. Next over, only 1 frag by virtue of the HE so far.
Yeah, I was actually just taking a quick look at utility damage to see if we've got any front runners, and it's Magic's who's dealt some decent damage, and Kenny S is the leader for the G2 squad, but only around the 100 mark, so 2 decent chunky HEs over the course of the 8 rounds of play. Back into the action and back into middle. It seems that G2 know where they like to start their rounds from. And so does Hunter. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Oh no, Disbalance caught off, completely off balance. Now Magix is in trouble, tagged down to 50. He'll be finished off by Kenny, but Samdar Young, he has had such an incredible game, and he continues. Spray into Kenny, 14th, 15th frag found as he's left all to his own devices. Amanek will finally silence him, issues the gag order. Chopper thrown into a 1v2 with only the FAMAS. Good spray, not good enough. Every member of G2 contributing, a team ace, as it were.
Yeah, it looked like it was locked in at one point, but Samdar Young, he has turned out to play in this grand final. 3 massive frags there on the A side. Could have been enough, and here's the replay of it as well. Manages to open things up. You can see him just battling for his life here. That's a great shot towards shore, but wasn't quite enough there. And we get to round number 10, where finally they have been broken. They're going to have to take the eco here. Idis Balance will get Deagle and armor, considering he's had to save a few times, a little bit more money than his teammates. And it will be G2. Looking like going for a B split. We talked about it, Alex. That's what you want to be doing on these sort of rounds. It's difficult to really lock you out and contain the team once they've got the apartment's control, but they're getting towards underpass for now. So, see what they want to finish up. I just wanted to avoid that connector if possible.
Yeah, I saw Nexa going for a slightly deeper Molotov to ensure they can't peek over the flames on the stairs. It does expose you to an aggressive AWPer, but that's the price you pay. Good early frag. And they're not going to be in any rush here, G2. Ooh, get the info that Chopper is in apps.
So they got full connector control. Bomb still down towards the T-spawn area. They've got a 5-on-3. Job should be done here. Just want to keep it clean if possible. Waiting for any sort of reactions here. CT's just sniffing for intel. They'll smoke towards window once again. There's 3 CTs in the B bomb site right now. They've currently found a couple of kills from CT's pushing towards the A area, and that's going to be Samdar Young. His aim looks brutal right now. He's got 16 kills.
16-4, that's a KD. Wait for it, I can do this. That's a KD of 4. There,
Yep.
There I am.
Nice.
Quick maths. Bomb down, round 1. Samdar Young, he did hit a spectacular shot to make it a 4, but doesn't seem like he's going to be able to make it 3. One shot, a warning shot of sorts, and it's just like, thanks very much, I'll be taking that. Appreciate the info. And the equalizer. You said it could have been, and it has. 4 on the trot from G2 after breaking that CT economy. They will be presenting the full buy again. Disbalances AWP, which has been such a crucial part of the Team Spirit structure. Sumdai Young, though, I mean, he is doing everything. Multi-kill rounds, 16 frags. He's pulling out all the stops. It seems like every game, one member of Team Spirit just goes off. It's either Magic, Sumdai Young, Disbalance. They're all capable of it, but rarely see it happen for multiple at the same time. This is quicker. This is much quicker.
I like this, G2. We haven't seen much of these rounds from them so far, and maybe for good reason. Completely mowed down. It was a nice sequence there. You could see the mentality behind it, the quick utility, the double flashbang, trying to make their way quickly towards Connector to apply a lot of pressure towards this A side, but hasn't worked out for them whatsoever. It looks like 5 clean kills coming through. Nexa will at least get 1, but a missed shot from Midas Balance might enable a second, but no. He will absolutely nail the follow-up shots. They'll take the lead once again, 6-5. Team Spirit fending off that aggressive play.
Yeah, it's kind of what they're used to. You know, they're familiar with the pace of Mirage. We've seen them throw similar strats at their opponents on their road to this grand final. If you have just joined us, welcome. The Champions Cup has been going on for a couple of days now, live from Malta. We only have 2 teams remaining, ENCE and Furia falling in the semi-finals, which gives G2 and Spirit our second map, Mirage. This is where the CIS squad wanted to take it, and Disbalance, he's not going to be thrown off at all. They smoked the Molotov to enable him to continue to hold these lines. There must be utility thrown before Hunter takes that fight, there's no doubt about it. Smoke for them to play around. Same for Kenny in apps. You rarely see Chopper caught out. You rarely see him just walk into a crosshairs of a scope and he still managed to get himself into a tight spot.
Waiting patiently, and Kenny has to fire off, and now he has been put into a corner. Needs to get out of there if possible. He knows it. Grenades being exchanged, and for now, only a little bit of damage inflicted. He's down to 77 minutes still on the clock here. You can see Sumdai Young not letting that window boost be a factor anymore.
Not this time. That's not to say Hunter hasn't taken a similar route, because he's trying to get up to his usual smoky antics. Chopper to be boosted up. Couldn't be a better time for it, really. Strike, Jax, quick adjustment. They know there's another there. Perhaps the B-Apps can punish. They start their pincer, but no, a double. Mir with the multi-kill. Good frag from Hunter to relieve some stress, and that's a big frag. Mir gone on short. Disbalance looking to respond. Nexa has the bomb. It's 30 seconds. This is quite a ballsy run. What's going on here? Magix is on the site. And Magix, he's doing enough. 15 seconds, 20 seconds, excuse me. Now B is open. Next is going to have to get his knife out. Running straight back. Magix with low HP, and Hunter's done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, a quad kill from the famous Kovac family.
The royal family.
The royalty.
Counter-Strike royalty, absolutely. Well, there it is. That was impressive. Like, they had to fight for that as well, Alex. Like, that round was pretty much done after Mir, and that great effort. But it's Hunter with the 180 towards short as well. That's when the round was really decided. Had to carry them through it. It wasn't pretty, but it was enough. And we'll see it come to 6-6 with round 13 on the agenda. It has to be the eco for Team Spirit.
I've been watching a lot of G2 recently, and my theory is that there is no player in Counter-Strike currently that plays better with low HP and gets more kills with low HP than Hunter.
Yeah.
So many times.
So scrappy, isn't he?
Yeah, but he comes out with, like, 30 HP. He's caught 2 HEs, he's walked through a Molotov, and still he'll find that double kill. It's that first bullet accuracy that he has, one of the best. Chad suggesting that earlier at Summit.
It's maps like Vertigo as well. You see it really come into its own. Like when they get the bomb down on the A site and he's just jumping around the site with the smokes, low HP, just finding kill after kill. He's very impressive. And it's his rookie year as well. Remember that in terms of this level. Really impressive to see him really shining when they need him at points. And they certainly need him in this grand final. Hasn't been a show-stopping performance from G2, but enough so far. As we look at the first kill, Hunter continues to apply pain towards this A side. Molotoving out towards the shadow position as well will get him his second kill. Jumping forward now, he wants another ace here if possible.
He's there in the lines. Chopper, always good for one. Oh, this time Mir's going to not have any issues finding the first frag. Kenny just lying toe, but traded by Jax. Less stress now for Team Spirit as they relieve a very vital component to this Team Spirit half buy. Got the connected the bullets. Jack's good suppressing shots, though, will get the first. Not anticipating the second, but he's happy to adjust. And so that will be the 7th for G2. Complete reversal from what felt like a very, very comfortable team spirit. Stringing them together, 7-6 in the second map of our grand final. Orbs in play across the board.
Orbs are there. Last couple of rounds now, G2 with the lead. Always with the slow starts. Same story on Train as well. Couldn't really get going. But coming to life here on their T side. 7 rounds to their name. Who will be taking the half victory, though? This round might be indicative of that. Money not great on either side. Itis Balance repositioning this time towards the B apartments and aggressive as well. Same story for Mir. Hunting towards middle. Chopper isolating the underpass. Allowing Mir to have a bit of space here to find that first pick if possible. Chopper will jump up on the scaffolding. McKenny, yes, he's seen this a few times. He'll be ready and waiting. Finds the first pick.
That's lovely. G2 advantage. But not ready. Okay, I need to eat my words. Amanek was so ready for that. An aggressive B-Apps push, and Disbalance just has a haircut handed to him by the Frenchman. $16 frags for Hunter. T-side Mirage very at home here and gets caught off guard. Couldn't quite riposte in time now. Mir, Magix, they're all lining up. The trades do favor G2 though.
Just about. B-bomb side is clear. They've confirmed it, and it will have to be a little bit of a jog here from Nexa to bring the bomb over. Amanek doesn't want to have any chance of that bomb not going down, so making sure that he covers off the rotations.
Imagine. Those Molotovs have caught many a wise player before. Nexa knows he's got time to plant this bomb. And so he does. Clock will be extended. Some die young. We've said he's been brilliant, but I mean, with this low health, the first had to be an element of surprise. Nexus jump gets him the info.
Yeah, the HE will come in soon. I don't think he can really justify going for this one. He's got no kits. 12 HP. The round will be guaranteed. There's an orb to recover as well, so he'll take that. Itis Balance with a great performance on Train might be able to carry them through the next round. G2, though, will survive and actually take the half victory here as they go 8-6 up. Team Spirit, in terms of loss bonus, are going to be at maximum after this one, so there'll be $3,400 coming in. But still, G2 holding on, even though it looked like a little bit dicey at one point with the trades coming through. Some money there with the orb recovered. He can drop one M4, Someday Young that is. And they'll have to plug holes here. They could go for a double orb setup. Chopper with 5k. You can purchase a second one in these sort of rounds. You're better off just getting 2 orbs out instead of like a rifle with no utility. We'll see what they opt for. Chopper actually goes with the M4.
First hack pause of Mirage. Interesting to note. After such a slew of rounds from G2, Team Spirit were not interested in taking a break. 7 rounds from G2 in the last 8. And now looking to take even a bigger lead, 9-6. I was talking about this before. They had 9 rounds, I believe, on their T side versus Ents on their victorious Mirage. And when we reminded you of that, they were down.
You are 5-1 or something?
Yeah, 5-1. Still, we said it was possible, said they could end the half with a lead, and well, 1 round away from that 90-round run. What a stabilization it's been.
Yeah, if only they could get the good starts going.
Right.
There'd be a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
That is for sure.
Either way, though, big last round here. Team Spirit have held themselves well against G2. And it's going to be opening pick for Mir here. That will be Amanek removed. Bomb still towards B, though. It's Hunter still trying to show presence towards the A side of the map. It's Kenny S, who's at the very end with the AWP. They're losing kills all over the map at this point. Hunter still looking good, though, as Chopper will be tested at this point. It's Kenny S, though, AWP in hand. It looks like the round will be done. It's going to be a 4-on-1 Hunter. They know exactly where he is. Currently sat in the smoke towards that connected position and dealt with. 8-7, we split it right down the middle here. Team Spirit with the 5-1 start. G2 came online, though, and showed us that they're looking to close things out with a 2-0 victory. Can they keep it up, though? They'll need the pistol in the second half as well. We'll find out after this break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the grand finals here for the Champions Cup. We're live from Malta. G2 take on Team Spirit. Train, albeit a laboured victory, did go the way of the favourites, the G2 Samurai. Now looking to slice through Spirit on their home pick. It is Mirage. And after a fantastic revitalization in the second half of our first half, I promise that made sense, it was a very, very close affair. 8-7, I'm Machine, I'm joined by Mr. Greer.
Hey, how's it going? We are going to be in potentially the last half of the evening here, 8-7. Sure, it's not a show-stopping performance from G2, but it's convincing after a 5-1 deficit to get back into the half in that sort of manner, especially with the antics presented by Hunter as well. He's looking very sharp indeed. And we've got the team of G2 just setting back up now. I think Kenny had to run to the bathroom quickly. Happens to the best of us. Caught short sometimes, Alex. We've all been there.
Definitely. I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, actually.
Got the T-shirt.
The guy sold it to me in the toilet. I bought some, like some chewing gum, a T-shirt, a spray of cologne for like £5 or whatever they charge.
Yeah, that is always a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get the lollipop sometimes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's got a jar of lollipops and all of their cologne. No Hugo Boss. Go home with Ross.
So we're just going to be waiting to get back on the server right now. Just looking for Kenny S to jump back into the action. He's back on the stage at least. And we'll see whether they're good to go. So second map here, potentially the final one, considering the good T side from G2. But as Alex mentioned, this is the pick of Team Spirit. So we'll be looking to try and take us to Dust 2 if possible. I'd still give Dust 2 the edge towards G2, but ideally, considering the last tournament of the year for them and the horror show they had in the Summit last week, you'd want them to 2-0 this. You want them to kind of have something good to remember at the end of the year.
Yeah, Team Spirit, they actually qualified for the semi-finals where they bested Furia by beating Big. It was a best-of-3 an elimination match. And seeing the fact that Spirit managed to not only pick up the win on Dust 2, but it was on Mirage where they managed to convert it. It did admittedly go overtime. And so Spirit, not necessarily with the best T sides. In fact, in that game, I believe they managed to, I had that in front of me for a second, 0 T rounds on the big clan side of things. They managed to completely lock them out. That is madness.
Well, the fist bumps are coming through, which can only mean one thing, that we are good to go. The match will start here. The second half of Mirage, it sits at 8-7 in favor of G2 as they switch over to the CT side now. And we'll see the buys come through for Team Spirit. What kind of complexion will they be bringing into round number 16? 2 PT50s again. They ran this on train. They've got a couple of smokes. Looks good for an A finish here. And we'll get into the action momentarily. As Magix has been given the Superman setup of PT50 and armor. One left in T-spawn, and a bit of aggression here from the CT. He's going to send 3 players towards middle for now. Kenny has to cover them as they push up and look for Mir, who will be holding in the corner, trying to tuck himself in, but he will be spotted. First couple of kills, though, going in favor of Team Spirit. Will there be the conversion? Kenny has that to defend, but just a clean opening frag from that P250.
Yeah, they just set this balance up. Mir tucked in the corner to swing on his contact, and that's exactly what went down. It could have very easily been a double kill for Team Spirit, but not quite finding the crosshair he needed to. Magix now with his P250 rattles off a shot. This time the raid boss setup. And G2, pistols have eluded them. They've only won 1, and that was, of course, immediately crushed. Good catch. Amanek brings one back, claws one back for G2. Team Spirit, they had a 2-man advantage into this pistol, and now they look to gather their forces towards B. It's on Hunter. He's got to do a lot here. He doesn't have any armor. A Molotov, or rather an incendiary, is not going to get him far either. They're into the site. Chance. Bomb. Dropped. Another opportunity now between Disbalance and Sumdai Young. He's desperately trying to take these fights, keep them at bay. Now Jax connects. And it looks like G2 do have a very heavy advantage here, but Hunter, he's next on the chopping block. Sumdai Young has been such a good player, and he's got another headshot. Nearly another. Hunter saves G2. Malek loves it, but good God, was that close.
It didn't look tidy, but they get the job done there. Frantic finish towards the end of the B bomb site. The incendiary, the flashbang being deployed, the close range Glock inflicting so much damage. No bomb planted, but G2 not feeling comfortable going to that second round. There is going to be a force fire response. Here's Hunter. That was the key frag. It brought enough time for the rotations to come through. He had to fight 2 for Nail to close things out, though. And we're getting to round 17 here. 4 Deagles, 1 Galil. Enough to win the round up against the 4 for Masses here. G2 can get this. Should be smooth sailing for the next round, but they haven't been good at converting these so far.
No. But they're all too cognizant of that.
Here we go.
And off we go. To the races. Kenny, responsible for middle, steps straight into the line of fire of the Galil. And Spirit get that early man advantage. Some silver lining is that the weapon that Kenny was holding will not be retrievable. So far away, but now Team Spirit have their numbers advantage. No matter where they go, they will have significantly more players on that part of the map. That's the luxury of the T side.
So towards B, they'll finish up. They've already taken Amanek down to 52. A smoke towards middle to dissuade the CTs from the A side of the map. We'll see whether this is going to work out. Amanek waiting patiently, but he looks vulnerable right now. He has got Hunter with him.
He's going to gobble a flash, you'd imagine. One, and Mir, he's got his second. 2 frags with his Galil into this round. The one rifle working so well. Hunters connect onto 2. Mir set for a full ace at this point. Some Young, a perfect contingency plan. Has to be clean, and it is. Spotless. Mir, the miracle.
It's happened again.
It's happened again. G2 cannot convert these pistol round wins.
They definitely can't, can they? They're just challenging towards middle, and that's the most vulnerable place for it. They're going to get Desert Eagles. They're going to be looking for the one-taps if possible. And Kenny S just obliges, offers himself up at the start there. He goes down. The B execution comes through, and some great shots from Mir, to be fair. But still, G2 can't seem to win these second rounds. Anti-Force Spy approaches. They're going to have 3 players survive on the Team Spirit side. They'll recover a couple of FAMASs here. Next up will survive with Smoke, HG, and FAMAS himself. But it's Force Spy territory once again for G2. And Team Spirit don't want to be anything to do with this, tucking themselves into the kitchen. Job done.
Job is a good one. Now, the G2 team, you would imagine, let's see actually watch from Mir's rank as well. I want to see the second one. So this one out onto him, gets the trade, nice. So that's 3 from Mir in the round, and it's of course the 8th for Spirit. I'm wondering how this Force Spike works out for G2. Hasn't necessarily been the strongest string in their bow. Now charging up middle, Team Spirit flooding into the mid side of the map. And not a single peep from the CTs. Trying to posture some presence, a long distance smoke to extinguish the Molotov to keep the Ts on their toes.
Not a whole lot to work with here. This is the FAMAS and 4 pistols. Team Spirit haven't given up many of these rounds. Molotov towards window. Bomb down a T spawn. Suggests this will be a very slow approach. Dissect the map first. Work out what you're up against. Make your next move from there. Smoke down towards window once again. I'll be smoking connector momentarily as well, I'd imagine. Just looking for any CTs out of position.
Hunter, he's in position to get 2. Huge frags. Amanek alongside him, but we will see Chopper make his presence in underpass clear.
Oh, Amanek's got the bomb.
Magic's about to fight for it. Oh, knife out. G2. They're giving Team Spirit a taste of the round before.
Yeah, absolutely. A 4-on-2 now. Chopper with low HP. Amanek will full control of the bomb. Got Jax backing him up as well. I don't see a world if they get back into this. Both of them in the B apartments right now with time ticking away. They have 1 flash. It's going to have to be one hell of a flashbang here as they'll walk out. Presumably Jax get the first kill. He'll then take cover, and it should be quite a simple procedure for Amanek to finish things off. Regardless of that player going down, I just don't see a world where they can actually find multiple kills here. Kenny give them a slight chance here with the opportunities, but overall it should be round complete. Young knows it as well. 15 seconds remaining. Desert Eagle in hand. Just going to be looking for any kills available to him, but just a matter of time here. And there it is. It will be G2 striking back, giving Team Spirit a taste of their own medicine. And the CZ play from Hunter, he set that gut feed, he could see, he saw his moment, he heard a reload, has been falling back, gets a double kill, managing to pick up the Krieg. Amanek finds the bomb, shuts the round down, they get double digits first. But the 4 spies continue. Team Spirit bringing out actually a pretty decent array of weaponry. You can see 2 AKs, a Krieg, a Galil, a Deagle for Magic, so not out of the woods just yet. Still a lot to be done here for G2 in round number 19.
It's their chance to seize control. Teams trading Force Spy victories. Puts us here. The 19th of our second map. See what this round has in store. A split for now. Disbalance just going to be holding the Palace. See, he has the support of Magic's likely with a nade. He's got a smoke, yep, so he'll probably be throwing something a little later into the piece. For now, just holding the ramp push. Hunter, he held mid so well with the CZ, but that's going to be a Kriegs, and he gets away. Not only that, he wants to fight. He stands his ground. A double kill.
That's more like it.
This round has just got ripped out of Team Spirit's hands. Lovely from Kenny.
Yeah, really impressive work there from Hunter. This is the kind of GT you want to see, not scared to take the fights, willing to swing, take the duels instead of just sitting back again, picked off one by one. Appreciate that work from Hunter, and now it's just going to be Samdar Young. Well, this was a force buy technically as well. Got 22 kills to his name, but not going to be enough here as G2 confirm. I would say the 12th round at this point has to be the eco for Team Spirit. Got a bit of loss bonus behind them, but only $2,000 per player right now. Aggressive from short. Hunter keeps finding kill after kill, just finding a massive amount at this point. Started around with 22, these with 25.
Damn. That was so well played. Third final frag of that round. I don't know, maybe I've been corrupted by the Krieg meta, but seeing him go for those fights, it just felt like such a hard one to win.
Yeah, he's just feeling it right now, I guess.
Yeah, great suppressing shots as well, like just those rattle of bullets on the closest line. Kept them tagged up and kept them suppressed. So they're looking for a plant here. It's going to be the flash thrown over. Magic's with a strong arm at just 16 years of age. He'll be throwing that one out. And just hoping they can perhaps catch that first frag onto Jax and stop that bomb from being planted. Nexus kind of aware of it with a nade jumping for the info. So now here comes Jax's push, and looks like so far, so good. Round one.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. 3 kills for Nexa. Bit of a flash attack there toward the A side, but no bomb planted. Getting in touching distance now of the trophy here at the Champions Cup final in Malta. It's Mirage, the pick of Team Spirit, but starting to drop off now. We are going to see multiple rounds in a row. It's going to be 4-1 in total on the CT side with 20 rounds played. We've got 27 kills
that is fast.
For Hunter.
He's closing in on a 30 bomb before we get to round 25. Definitely going to be finding that in regulation unless he falls off a cliff.
Well, Kenny S, he's been removed. A little bit of help from my disbalance, Amir. He has been the one to be picked off at the start of the round consistently here. Jack's trying to respond quickly. Pushing towards the A ramp. And it's not bad. No one's there for now, so he might be able to steal a kill away, but Mira is aware of the prospect of it. 60 HP to his name, though. He'll have the disadvantage in that particular duel, but he has got a teammate with him, playing lots of noise here, but that's almost a bit of a bait. Jax takes it, and they gobble him down.
Nom nom. 2 early frags.
It's well read by Team Spirit, knowing that the CTs have to answer back in some capacity there. Jax has been pushing towards Palace. This time the A ramp, and SoundQ just pushed him out of his position there, and this should be the round for Team Spirit. I say he should have bated breath. The Krieg on the CT side can be very powerful, very effective at finding multiple frags here as they head towards Palace once again. 2 players ready and waiting. And actually Hunter, he's towards jungle as well, so this isn't a foregone conclusion. They're making a lot of noise, and Amanek, he knows he needs multiple kills here, and now same story for Nexa. Nothing found at all. Efficient play from Team Spirit. Hasn't broken the money just yet at G2. Hunter might as well save, but a great round nonetheless. We are going to see Team Spirit there looking very comfortable indeed.
Yeah, that worked out wonderfully. And it kind of helps explain and understand a little bit as to the Team Spirit mindset is if they get those early frags, they posture middle. If they get given the fight window, which they did this round by Kenny, they know, and you've highlighted this, that the CTs have to react. You're screaming this at me every time we play matchmaking.
Sure.
CTs have to react. You see the reaction coming in from Jax, but the little baity steps, they have 2 there to trade.
They knew it, didn't
they? Knew it.
So that footstep was by design. They wanted to see if it would interest Jax at all, which it certainly did. And he comes swinging around thinking he's got a free frag because someone's with a knife out. They're making noise in T-spawn. Presumably they think it's clear, right? But no.
Off guard, but not the case.
No, not the case at all. It was all quite beautiful, really, from Team Spirit as they find their 9th rounds, and Kenny needs to stop giving that kill up towards middle. That's 3 times now he goes down with no real battle in return there. Doesn't have to really even AWP the window. It's one of the most difficult positions to play as a sniper. If you're smoked off, pre-fired, naded, it's very difficult to operate with the sniper there, but we'll see what can be done going forward. He brings out the AWP for now, invests all of his gold. Only got 10 kills to his name. Hunter knocking on the door at 30 still.
Okay. Do see Amanek's secondary AWP on B. We know that this is something he likes to get set up with and left to his own devices. Hunter can then kind of focus his attention much more on middle and just be that flexible rotator to B should his teammate call for assistance. A slow round though to start things off. Interesting to note Magic's angle of choice. Now, last time they left the bomb towards these steps, the CT aggression left the control of the bomb, but this time Mir's going to pick it up, not going to make the same mistake. So they've gone for their early steps, and now regrouping towards an A finish.
The double orb setup. Could be enough here. A execution.
Jax is solo A right now. Am I reading that wrong? He's not.
No, they've gone for an aggressive stance in middle, one watching towards underpass, and then Kenny with the AWP towards top of middle. Jax is in a lot of trouble. A good smoke will buy him some time, though. That will delay them. They'll have to wait.
Wow, I love it. The power of a smoke grenade. You see the whole server pause.
Yeah, that's it. They've still got 5 smokes on the T side here. So this will be the commitment. 3 smokes thrown over. CT spawn, jungle, steps, Molotovs towards Shadow. The bomb side, Jack's got a lot on his plate right now. Good HE, might be able to do reasonable damage here, which he does. Running through the flames now, and it's the first kill for Jax, but he was the only player there, as we noted. And they're in trouble now. Hunter is going to have to find some magic once again.
Yeah, Amonek's really late to the rotate. He's got an AWP as well. It's kind of down just to Hunter and Nexa. Admittedly, this flank coming in from Nexa is being held by Disbalance. He will have a distinct shadow advantage, and so he knows he's coming, but still Nexa frags. Hunter, however, has to kind of do it all. Nexa so low. Amonek still hasn't arrived on the site. There is a kit present on Hunter, and he knows where Chopper is. It's a free fight, not when Chopper's in the server. So precise. Nexa's gone. Round has left G2's realms of possibility, and now we see 12-10.
Yeah, I felt like they waited middle way too long there. It was about, what, 30 seconds remaining of the round, and they were still holding towards middle. At that point, you'd start to be a little bit more inquisitive, I feel, or fall back towards the bomb sites. Either way, it will be Team Spirit of a 5-man execution there. Jax did what he could. Like, in that sort of scenario, 1 kill was about all he was worth, and his teammates couldn't trade up. It's Kenny going down with nothing again with the AWP. He hasn't really sunk his teeth in with the weapon so far, and double digits found for Team Spirit.
Amonek went down. He lost the AWP.
Did he really?
Yeah, just in the last second, Mir was hunting him in apps. We missed it just as we cut away, but it was truly the last second before we reset into round 23, and Amonek's had his AWP taken away.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, left with $1,900 as well.
Third map. Starting to look likely again. Team Spirit. Not too much default presented at the start, just holding up. Full execution there towards A, and the CT's full mid control, sure, but doesn't do a whole lot for you. That's good at the early stages of the round, where you're really battling them back. When it gets about 30 seconds, you really want to be considering where they're going to be finishing up. Like, if they're not middle by that time, they're probably getting ready for an execution.
You're not going to plant in middle.
No.
I learned that one the hard way.
Oh, it's a valuable lesson to pick up.
Okay, a force for G2.
I don't like the force.
No?
No, I don't think it's required. Like, if you've got enough to get 2 rifles, SMGs out, and you've got a 12-10 lead as well, I would say hold on.
It was Nexa to buy first as well, so the in-game leader's made this call. Let's see if he can justify it. Out towards the apartments, and lovely catch. It's Jax with a double kill. Making the rifle work, and all of the rifles in the server connect.
Well, we take it all back. It's all worked out very nicely indeed. It's the faster approach this time. High Disbalance spotted towards the Palace position, can't connect the shot, and they just give the round up there. Hoping to change the pace up and push through the Palace position. It's Jax this time in a much more promising position. Actually manages to get 2 very impressive kills. Chopper feeling the heat towards the A ramp. We'll have to fall back here. And at this point, this force buy does seem to make a lot of sense. The money's going to be battered and bruised after this one. They need to save. A minute on the clock, and the bomb's down.
Yeah, I mean, they have the bomb. They've got both various bits of bullets and shrapnel left and lodged inside of them. You're going to have to spend a very long 60 seconds now if you want to preserve these weapons. Now, the CTs, we talked about it, they forced. It was a risky choice, but pays dividends when you've got riflers like Jax just completely mowing down the Palace push. But I don't think G2 are in a position to start hunting, so strap yourselves in. You've got 30 seconds. Go grab a drink if you're watching at home.
Yeah, this could take a while, this one. It's going to be a long 30 seconds, but they are getting towards the A ramp. So what's their play here? Are they looking for any inquisitive CTs pushing forward? But either way, G2 came into this round with 2 rifles. They got to leave with a couple of AKs and the M4s and a Krieg as well. So feeling very good about themselves. Another M4 found there.
Perfect.
So they are very much back online here. 13-10. Guaranteed Team Spirit won't be going for this one. They're going to hold on to their Molotovs and smokes and flashes. As the round's confirmed. Well held by G2. That was a big one for them to get. They don't win that round, they're going to be eager after that. It'll be 12-12 for sure. Now they have a 13-10 scoreline of all 5 surviving, but the orb remains.
AKs,
One more buy.
Kriegs, all saved as well. See that again from Jax's POV. Lovely. I think it was actually whoever was under the dark. I think it might have been Amanek.
He took the aggro, didn't he?
It worked so well. Just making sure that they were looking at him, looking for that frag. And back's turned for Jax to spray. Perfection. Round 24 though, G2 3 rounds away from lifting the trophy and being crowned champions here in Malta. Aggression towards the ramp, a missed shot from Disbalance, but that doesn't deter them. Nexa, Jax, Hunter, they're all pushed up. A completely different look in 24.
Big round here. Save the 2 weapons. Gives them one more buy, maybe one more chance here in the grand final. Lose this, they'll have nothing. Need at least a bomb plant. Kenny hasn't had the strongest performance on the CT side. Goes down first a lot, this time with the rifle. Looking towards underpass. Chopper's there. Needs to be very careful. Orb fires off, doesn't connect. Kenny lucky to be alive at this point. He'll fall back.
This is a $100,000 game of Mirage.
It is, you're right. Jax willing to push again. Just holding the palace now. Molotov towards window. Mid-control granted this time. Bomb still back in T-spawn. Time is of the essence.
Very spread out at the moment from Spirit. But we've seen their access to middle work for them before, and they're getting it so much for free. Mir's in CPL, some Young up in apps. Jax pushed up in Palace, but there's still 2 CTs still there set up on A. Hunter and Amanek are going to have to do everything here. Good shots. That was Orp versus his Krieg, and Amanek, wow, loses his head, perhaps loses his round. Hunter, he's caught the info. 2 to cross, 1 to drop. Magic's the first, and he still stands his ground. There's 2 waiting for him. My God, that was a scary prospect. CT Molly has really screwed Nexa's plans here. Perhaps he can play over the smoke of it, but SDY gets the bomb down nonetheless.
3 on 3. Anyone's round here, but I'd give the advantage to Team Spirit. Kenny S. Can he find some form now? Coming in from short. That's Jax. Got the AK in hand, trying to make the team a little bit more uncomfortable. Wow. That will do it. A bullet to the head of Sumdai Young. Both players in the same corner here. They seem to swing together. No. They haven't done it. No damage really inflicted. Jax is in trouble here. Molotov lands at his feet. Surely no way he can win this now, and he will not. Pretty clumsy round there from G2.
Now, the reason I'm letting out a squeal of distaste is because they stuck their ground. Team Spirit, they got spotted by Hunter, 2 in that corner, but they decided just to hold it. Admittedly, crossing back, you have to take that fight on kitchen line. Mir really did win the round for them, though, because Amanek, he had a Krieg on a headshot angle, and they're all coming from short. That could have been a very different round, but Mir hit such an exceptional shot, and he gets the full ace to finish it off. You ask for your stars to step up in rounds that matter. Nothing matters more than round 24.
Hunter's invested in this one. Another force buy? Like, I don't think these are the calls. Like, it worked out before, but you're really letting them back in the game. This could be 13-13. Tactical pause from G2. The last one.
Just letting Spirit think about the possibility of a force buy for an additional 30 seconds. But it seems like we're going to be jumping into this one. Ace indeed. Gorgeous work from Mir. Worked into the site. 22 frags to his name. He just added 5 to that tally in the round before. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen, off to the races. A force buy from G2. They've put all of their eggs into the round 25 basket. And should they drop it, should they slip, should they fumble, all of their resources will be ripped from them.
Sumdai Young seems ready for this one. Going to get at least 1 here, make it 2. As we get into a 4 versus 3. Nice idea from G2, but shut down pretty quickly. That's the rifle gone now. A double kill. Amanek taking a lot of damage there towards the B apartments as well. I don't see a world that they can win this.
I mean, somehow go get those rifles. Was it both of them down there? It was just only one bought in, wasn't it? It was Hunter who bought the M4. He got shredded. So Team Spirit, kind of their own worst enemy if they rot the clock here. So they're going to try and make sure they do something coordinated and with plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll position back towards A. Makes sense, but there are 3 CTs there. A chance now for G2. They haven't really got the weaponry to fight back here. It would take a few mistakes from Team Spirit, but they're pretty much committed at this point.
The gamble stack. It's in the right place, but you really have to put your bullets there too. Close quarters, they'll get the fight if they flood out a palace. Kenny's only got a CZ though. One clip, he's not going to get a chance to reload. He's got 12 bullets, that's it for this take. They don't quite connect enough though. And now another, Amanek with his UMP, Jax with the MP9, another from Jax! And G2,
wow,
that's a fiery victory. I can't quite believe they've won that.
I can't believe it either, especially with the initial kill going in favor of Team Spirit. It's the team frag that comes through, the bomb falls down, and the MP9 singing loud and proud as we see a 14-11 scoreline come through. No plant, money broken, all the timeouts used at this point. I don't know how that works out for them. It's the team kill that might have been significant. The orb coming through as well. Jax just had to finish things off there in the 2 versus 1, which he does. Kenny is doing just enough damage there with the CZ to enable the team kill to come through. You can see the look of dismay. It's actually G2 to use up all the pauses. So Team Spirit still have 1 left, or 2 left in this case, and they're going to have to buy up with MAC-10s and hope for the best here. This could be it.
God damn, G2. After all of the rounds not going their way in train, it seems they've cashed in their karma. 2 force buys, 2 questionable force buys at that, and they both bode well. G2, they haven't been able to convert second rounds, but they've been able to convert those force rounds. Right, Team Spirit. We talked about the eggs. The analogy now stands. It's going to be them looking to stave off the 15.
This is their last chance. If they don't do this, they will have absolutely nothing for that final round, and they're going for a fast B play by the looks of things. Flashes over.
Here we go.
Tuck in, see what can be done. They extinguish the incendiaries upon arrival. They are committed at this point. Hunter will have to fall back, and Amanek fighting the best of his ability. Nexa is there as well. They've got the man advantage. This can fall apart very quickly. Chopper on the side, hits the headshot. Nexa still fighting back here, and there it is. It is going to be a series and championship point for G2. They fend off the forced buy towards B. It was a straight-up rush. They extinguished the incendiaries. They did what they could, but couldn't get the bomb planted, and that's significant.
G2 have dropped 1 map this tournament. It was such a clean sweep from them. 2-0 in their group. They got that lovely semi-final a day off before it. Fell to Ents on Dust 2, the only slip-up, the only tarnished record they have. And now looking to close it out in 2 here in the grand finals. Final round for Spirit, perhaps. Only Deagles, their heroes, are going to have to step up one final time. Magic's so good yesterday. Disbalance the same on train. And
Kenny,
leaping out. Kenny's given him a rifle.
I don't know why he keeps doing this. Just chill. He didn't know they'd already crossed, but still there was no need for the swing. Either way, brought back to an even kill here. Hunter from CPL. Smoke down towards window. They have a rifle now, gifted to them by Kenny. Lovely shot from Hunter. That's going to be his 32nd frag. Can he close things out alone? It looks like he can. 4 versus 2 now. He has been the MVP of this grand final for sure. Excellent work here on Mirage. On for the ace in the final round here. Magix and Some Die Young remain. Flashbangs available. 1 HE to their name. They are segregated at this point. 1 minute on the clock. They're going to have to go towards B. Only 1 player there. Amanek just gets 1 of them, though. You put a bow on it. It'll be done.
2019 for G2. A turbulent journey of roster changes and language changes, but looking to lift a trophy in their final game, official game of 2019. 20 years of Counter-Strike. Well,
smoke.
Does look like that's going to delay, but they're going ahead of it. Walking straight through, Some Die Young finds the head. Amanek, all he has to do is find 2 frags, but already precise and honed in. They advance into the site. We'll try and clear this one out. It's Deagles versus Famas. He's got the element of surprise, and Some Die Young is saving Spirit. Big plant. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Jax and Nexa, they're separated. They have to try and find contact at the same time from 2 very different angles, and it's a battle of wits now, as well as, of course, the advantage that was and still is held by Spirit. Bomb ticking away, damage inflicted, they've done it! G2, they'll take the defuse, they'll take the game, and a victory on Mirage. $100,000 extra picked up in this battle, this bout. They needed that.
Yeah, it's been a rough end of the year here for G2. It wasn't the prettiest performance in the grand final, but they got it done. It's a 2-0 against Team Spirit there, managing to win out on those difficult rounds there, Alex. The Desert Eagles, the MP9s, the single rifles, and Hunter dropping 32 kills here in the grand final on Mirage. Excellent work from him, and commiserations to Team Spirit. They've shown that they are a force to be reckoned with. Definitely. A strong team and with a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on Spirit, but for now, it is all G2. They bounced back from their California slip-up. That was haunting them. We saw it on train, but they've done it all the same. G2 are your Champions Cup Finals champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Twitch chat users even, we do have a champion. It is G2 Esports that lift the trophy here in Malta, ending out the year on a big note here as they try to decide who it is I'm going to talk to. Who's it going to be, guys? Someone step forward. Jax? Jax, is it your lucky day? No?
I'm very happy, guys. Thank you.
I don't even know that much more needs to be said than that, but that does make sense. Malik, you have to be extremely proud of ending the year this way.
I'm very, very super happy. They have been fighting a lot the last few months, traveling so much. And I know how much we have been working and fighting behind the stage to make it happen. And going with a victory is very, very satisfying.
It has to be satisfying. One thing I'm going to have to ask you on train, it got a little rocky. Did you think that, maybe there's a chance here for Team Spirit to get into the fight?
Definitely. Even on Mirage, even whatever the team, like we need to fight ourselves first, like staying composed and finding good solutions. And sometimes it's getting difficult, and we felt it during the final as well. So,
Malik, is there anything that you could say about this Team Spirit going forward? You did just beat them. You get all the trophy, all the spotlight. But what do you have to say about these up-and-comers?
But they play honestly very, very super good. They have a lot of strategies, good skills. They just need to keep pushing because I will not be surprised if they enter top 20 and sticking in there for sure, definitely.
Well, that's something we're going to have to be on the lookout for. Right now, though, G2 getting it done. You want to address the fans at home in French?
Merci beaucoup à tout le monde.
You cheated.
Non, merci à tout le monde, c'est une folie et voilà, et ça fait plaisir de voir le Jaquito et le petit Kenny et le petit Franfran parler anglais et quand même lever le drapeau français encore et encore. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. That's what I've got to say. Malta, give them a round of applause. Your champions right here getting it done at the end of 2019. Congratulations to G2 Esports.
$150,000 and the Champions Cup trophy goes to G2 Esports. Look at them in all their glory. And the way I want to start this on Mirage is Hunter continues to do the hunting. This man was an absolute beast once again. And Maniac, we were keeping a good tally of that window boost. It was happening once again.
I mean, it happened again, but the story of Hunter is not just Mirage, it's not just that game, not the map before, it's the whole event. I think for me, he's my MVP for sure. Again, what he has shown in the past few weeks is absolutely incredible. He really has come into his own as a superstar in the team, but it goes beyond that. I think it goes beyond than Hunter. I think it's a team that right now is working. Something that they're doing is functioning for them, the way they work, the way they approach the games, the resilience they show throughout the games. Granted, the opposition here was a little bit limited, but still, these are very good signs for G2.
Yeah, team effort, as you saw, even with the trophy lift being a team decision that Malik was putting together for them all there at the end as well, making sure they all lift it in one. And that's just showing, right? It's the camaraderie that's being shown here, which is beautiful to see.
It's a work in progress, right? I mean, it definitely is a good milestone for them, considering like it's been, like Malik was saying, it's been a tough Q4 for the year. They've been to a lot of tournaments, there's been a lot of hurdles, mishaps here and there, but I feel like it's getting better each time they play Counter-Strike, and it's to be expected considering how many things have changed for these players over the course of making this lineup happen. And yeah, I mean, this will definitely be a great confidence boost for them for 2020.
Yeah, I mean, they took a huge risk. Remember, this used to be a French team, had been a French roster, French core for so long, and then they decided, you know what, these two players from Valiant, from Crazy, they're pretty interesting. Let's try and bring them in. You go from a French-speaking team to an international-speaking team. You have Jax, who's not that confident, not that comfortable in English. Kenny had never played in English before as well. I think Amanek did that in Misfits. But that was still a huge risk, and the community was, questioning the move. Like, really, do you really want to do that? And when you talk to them after they did that move, they realized, okay, these are many challenges that we need to tackle for that to work. The communication, the protocols, the map pool, and all. And as you say, it's been a work in progress for sure. But this is a very interesting milestone and a good way to end the year.
And let's talk about Spirit for a second, because they certainly did put up a fight, right? They weren't just bowing out of Mirage in the end there. They were giving it all they got. but there was a few very key rounds. It was the one where we saw the Force come out from G2 on their CT side, and they just wrecked them as they came onto the A bomb side.
That's the experience talking, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you make the right stacks, you make the right calls, and then slight mishaps from the less experienced team, right? Coming in, giving the opportunity for a CZ, for example, to get a couple of kills, an MP9 get a couple of kills, because those weapons are very, very dangerous when it comes to close quarter fighting, right? So that's usually the difference maker.
I agree. There's going to be regrets on the side of Spirit for sure, because I think they did have a chance on both maps, even on Mirage, even if the scoreline is a little bit broader. Some key rounds, some details, some clutches, some 2 versus 2, 15 seconds left. Do I peek? Do I not peek? Is the flash before or after I peek? As you said, this is experience speaking, right? And it is not a surprise that a team like G2 with a roster that is way more tenured, that they actually just get ahead by 1 centimeter at the finish line. That is what experience is. We talk about Counter-Strike, a game of million details, but that's also the beauty of it.
And I think there's some positives, though, or so many positives of Spirit,
Yeah.
right? You were not expected to probably even reach the playoffs. You then in a grand final against G2, you made Train very competitive, 16-13, potential they could have been able to take it. But again, it's the experience these guys can gain here, which makes it a little bit exciting if they can keep this going into next year. That's the big question.
Yeah, I mean, also in milestone, this is a milestone for Team Spirit just as well. I mean, I think the challenge moving forward for them is that they're going to be back to grinding online qualifiers.
Yes.
And that will not end here, right? So, you know, you have to keep that motivation and not forget the bigger picture. And that can definitely something, you can get the LAN blues, if you will. You've been playing in a grand final. Yeah, I mean,
I know.
It makes sense, right? You go
It's like, oh, it's so much. I'm here, I'm in the grand final, and then all of a sudden,
I'm back
oh yes,
home.
I'm back online.
Yeah, playing these qualifiers, I think it could definitely be tough, but if they take this positively moving forward, definitely a massive confidence booster for them.
And also, I think that they have shown a way better face than what we have seen from them on the internet. So now, if I'm Spirit's manager, if I'm Spirit's coach, then I'm trying to understand why. Why did my boys perform so much better here than at LAN? Are there some conclusions that we can draw? I know it's not the same if you're at home, sitting in your chair, you don't have the same kind of motivation, same kind of adrenaline. But this was such a much better Spirit version than I know. So there must be something they were doing right this week and this whole week that they can take away with them and apply for all these grind, all these qualifiers that they have to go through.
Yeah, that demo review is going to be very interesting to see the difference between them, what they saw from themselves before this tournament, and what they managed to achieve here for sure. Now, I'm going to look at these stats real quick as well, right? Because here, Hunter ends this tournament across 8 maps on a 1.41 rating. You said in the
That's
last
insane.
month he's been insane. This as alone, because it wasn't like they had an easy run. They had Ents in the semis.
No, and just the way he gets his frag, right? When I look at Hunter, he's not stat padding, as we say. He's not just looking with the Mac-10 fragging anti-ecos, which could be the case sometimes when you sit so high at the scoreboard. No, he's influential. He's the one guy, again, gets boosted in the window, trying to open up the round and be very proactive. So he puts himself in situation at risk, and then he prevails. That is what is insane. That's what we call impact. He is the one unlocking the situation, taking the responsibility. He goes out middle on train, sneaks between the train, gets the frag. He does the same on Mirage, and he does it successfully. So, I mean, that's just amazing. Honestly, that's amazing. I don't know if I should be careful and wait a little bit more to see if he can do that, and then I will go crazy. But at the moment, he's one of the very best.
I think it's one of those rare players that has just a certain feel to the game of timings and when to push and when not to push. I think another great example was the force spicy changing, where you got 2 from ladder and coming from short, just get those 2 kills, and how he capable of doing these type of things. It's a very rare quality. I mean, obviously, good players are good players, but some have that inch more somewhat in those situations, and he's one of those.
It's almost like they're in the game, in the matrix, so to speak, right? That they get it, that just a little second ahead or so. But we're done, guys. This is the end here as well. We finished in Malta. We're ready for Christmas. We're ready to end things here. Manak, I'm going to start with you. Final thoughts for just this event.
Honestly, it's been a great week of Counter-Strike. We've had some logic, we've had some surprises, and I think that's what I like about these events, right? So sometimes the world makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. If you'd asked me before, would Spirit be in the grand final, my answer would have been no. But they made it a hell of a competitive game.
Yes.
The way they kicked Freya out of the server was absolutely amazing. And then on the side, I'm very happy for G2, seeing them prevail. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I have some relationship with these guys. I love them very much. I'm glad to see them succeed. I hope they can transfer that into 2020. That's gonna be good fuel, good motivation. And for me, I am exhausted as hell. It's been a great year, many events, but I cannot wait to just go home, have Christmas with my family, chill. I guess the same for you guys, and get some breathing.
Me time.
Yeah, exactly.
Natu.
No, it's been a great week for sure. I think we've seen the end of the current big lineup for sure this week.
It's kind of, DK came out with it now.
Yeah, the experiment.
Saracens left.
Yeah, the experiment is definitely not, it's not gone too well.
It hasn't worked.
Interesting to see what happens with Tylo, if Benton's going to leave or not. I felt the later stages of the year, they started playing a little bit better. Obviously, the results here were not great, but they had a lot of close maps. G2 winning, obviously, it's a great thing for them. Like, we've gone through this already. It's great for them for 2020. Furia, a little bit disappointing.
It was.
Obviously, for me, I'm just happy to actually have some time off. I've had a 1 week of vacation this whole year, so looking forward to having actually 2 weeks now.
Yes, time off is very important in everything we do. It's been a pleasure to have both of you on the desk, and we've had many events this year together as well, so we will go and enjoy our holidays. And it's time for me to say goodbye and good night to all of you at home. But before that, we must thank all of the partners that made the Champions Cup possible here in Malta. Malta, it's a beautiful island. We have a lot of fun, but there is now great Counter-Strike here as well. It's been a phenomenal year of Counter-Strike across the board, and 2020 will only be bigger and better, that is for sure. I hope whatever you guys are doing at home, I hope you have a wonderful time, whether it's holidays, family time, or just playing more Counter-Strike, because I know when I get home, I'll be playing some Counter-Strike as well. So let's get out of here, let's ship this off. Congratulations, G2, and we'll see you in 2020.